Have you ever noticed a friend who would say something, but in the end their actions kind of didn't seem to fit with their beliefs? Well, in today's video, we're going to understand why sometimes there's a disconnect and how people actually manage to live with that disconnect. So let's look into this. So the concept of cognitive dissonance is a situation where there's a disconnect between people's beliefs, what they say, they feel, and how they act. So a typical example of this is thinking, I really care about poor people, and I find it's really unjust for them to be living in the misery that we have. We should have better social systems to take care of them. And then as I walk past a poor person that's begging for money, I can show them that I have no money, to show them that I'm not willing to give them any money. Or if a friend of mine knows that I have money because we just went to the grocery store and I paid cash and I have cash on me, that he says, well, why didn't you give this person money? And here comes the process in which I rationalize my action to fit with my beliefs. Otherwise, if there's this disconnect, you don't really feel good inside. So the typical situation that you'll hear is people will say, well, I'm not going to give this beggar money because they're going to use it to buy drugs, making their situation even worse. And that is a situation that you find a way to alter, or you put your beliefs in a certain way or your actions to fit with your beliefs. There's experiments that were done to kind of show that this actually happens, as well as kind of how people act and how they behave. And they had this experiment where they had a group of people yell at each other for a certain amount of time. And after a certain amount of time, these individuals actually cared less about these other people, even though they were friends or colleagues or classmates. But just yelling at them for a certain amount of time, their actions, well, their beliefs had to change to align. And then they felt like, yeah, they just deserved it. So coming back to that beggar's example, I have some friends that still think that these people may buy drugs with money. So what they do instead is they see this beggar, they want to help him out. They go to a grocery store or food store or whatever, they buy a sub and they offer it to this beggar. And that way they're thinking, well, if this beggar is really hungry, they're going to eat it, they're going to be better. And if this beggar just wanted this money for drugs, well, he won't be able to get it with the sandwich. So you're kind of eliminating that problem and you're acting in line, but you're actually doing something. A lot of people, though, when they use cognitive dissonance, they just use that as an excuse to kind of explain actions that don't fit with their beautiful beliefs. Like, I'm a big fan of being good for the environment. A lot of my research has been based on trying to reduce climate change by reducing greenhouse gases, but I'm also a big proponent of reusing products, of not just having these one life cycle products like diapers. And sometimes I know friends that are super environmentally friendly from how they speak, how they perceive themselves. And I know they had kids, and I asked them, so did you use like reusable diapers? And then all of a sudden, if they haven't, they have to have something in their heads, a story that justifies their actions. So these people would say, no, I didn't use reusable diapers. We're both working, we're kind of stressed. We do a lot for the environment, but that was just that one thing we didn't feel we had enough time to do. Like, it was just that extra effort. Something you have to prioritize and so on. Like, they'll justify why they haven't used reusable diapers. So that's often going to be the case. So it's not because people say that they're going to do something that they actually do it. So keep that in mind, that there's a big disconnect between what you say you're going to do and what you actually do. And that was the whole theme of cognitive dissonance. Beliefs and actions are disconnected. So try to think about different situations where this happens and how you could actually have people behave more in line with what they're saying, because if you get people thinking a certain way, you actually want them to actually follow through and behave in that way. So the example of giving a sandwich to kind of counter that, offering that solution so they actually do something is good. And then you could try to find other examples for diaper or any other thing out there where there is cognitive dissonance. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good day. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing or joining my class where I guide you to apply and expand on the information found in these videos to real life examples. Have a good day.